Why do we reach for food as a way to self-soothe? Welcome to Fit by Food, where we outsmart binge eating without any restriction. In this video, I will talk about the correlation between food and self-soothing. Why do we view food as a way to comfort ourselves? And how does it work? What are the beliefs behind this? Very early on, we get conditioned into believing that food is a treat. We view snacking as a treat and a reward. Early on, our parents kind of bribe us with foods. They say that if we do our homework, if we do this and if we do that, then we will get candy. And what do you think this sends? What kind of signals does this send us? We're a child, very malleable, very sensitive. This equals hard thing, prize. This is a form of validation. We do something hard, we feel uncomfortable feelings in our body. Maybe we're doing homework and we hate doing homework. We're doing a math problem and it feels so like we have resistance, we feel sluggish, we feel like it's hard, but we're doing it with the motivation of, okay, but I will get candy afterwards. And then you do the hard thing and then you get candy after. So contrast here is hard thing, reward. And if you get set up in this way, this association becomes more and more and more just as the years go by. We have also our birthday where we get cake, we have holidays where we get a reward in form of good foods, and we eat in abundance with our family and friends. And we're not having guilt in that moment because everyone else is doing it. And this correlation between celebration and food, something hard and food, just this validation of reward and just like positive, uplifting things. So food becomes celebration and reward. And not all foods. Foods that are snacks. And this is really a coping mechanism. It becomes a coping mechanism with time. If we carry this on, then into adulthood, if we have a bad day at work and we feel bad about ourselves, we feel overwhelmed, we feel like it's too much, we feel anxiety, we just feel like the emotions building on top of each other. And if we don't have a way to regulate ourselves, we will feel like a victim. We will feel bad. We will feel like, oh, it's so hard to be an adult. I just feel so many anxiety emotions. And this is not conscious, mind you. This is unconscious. We just feel a lot of hard feelings and then we feel like a victim and disempowered. And how do we cope with this feeling? So the small part of ourselves, the feeling that feels like, oh, it's so much, I don't know what to do, reaches for a reward. So that small part of ourselves that feels disempowered, it feels powerless, it doesn't know what to do, it feels overwhelmed, reaches for the reward. Hard thing, reward. The reward is easy to give ourselves. We can just go to the store and buy something that's tasty. Because when we are an adult, we are in charge of our finances. And if we have this mechanism in our mind, hard thing, reward, and hard thing, snack, then we know that it is a coping mechanism to handle the hard things in life. I will feel better if I eat a chocolate bar. So the coping mechanism gets intact very early. If I have a hard time with something and I don't know what to do, this is unconscious. We do not make the correlation. You might now do the correlation when you hear me put this into your consciousness with my words that I've self-reflected so many times in my life over this. But before, we don't know why we do this. We just feel like this, I need something to distract myself. I need to feel better. It's kind of like this self-pity energy of feeling like it's so much and then wanting relief. So the hard thing and the reward. We want to make ourselves feel better. So reaching for food in this scenario is an act of self-love. You're just trying to feel a bit more ease and comfort in your overwhelmed experience of life. This is a very loving thing that you're doing. You're just trying to balance the hardness of life with a reward. You're trying to make yourself feel better. But in this process, you're choosing things that are not beneficial for your health or for your body. And that's when guilt comes in afterwards. We feel so bad about ourselves and we feel like we gain weight and we are not satisfied with our body. And then this coping mechanism backfires. It becomes ammunition for even more self-pity, more self-criticism. And this is where we can redirect the focus. We can, instead of completely dropping this coping mechanism that served us for so many years, we can change our focus. We can still allow this coping mechanism, but we can choose foods that are better for our health and do not make us gain weight. And this is where I suggest in the Fit by Food journey to switch your diet. Eat foods that are high carbohydrate, low in fat, plant-based food items. They are high in volume and low in calories, which means you can eat a lot but not gain weight. This is a concept called calorie density. When we understand what consists of a lot of calories and what does not, then you can start to biohack your way back to your ideal weight. I educate you in this on the module 1 on the Get Fit by Food website. In this module, you get the basics of nutrition so that you will understand why this works. You also get a lot of practical information on how to switch the diet onto this path so that you can get down to your ideal weight and get the dream body. I've eaten this way now for over a decade, and the first year that I switched my diet, I lost 20 kilos without trying. I'm so passionate about this because I want everyone to know this. This really feels like a life hack, and I want you to also get a taste of this knowledge. So check out the Get Fit by Food website, read up on module 1, and if you feel called to try a different alternative method, I really suggest you stick around, subscribe. I make a lot of videos on this particular topic so that you will get more awareness of this, of the unconscious patterning of your habits, so that you can change your focus and go out of this maze. That it's really a maze of where do we even start. And I've tried to put my journey into a map, into a blueprint, so that you can find your way out of the maze, back into your body, realign body and mind, and get your dream body, so that you will eventually disidentify with this patterning, because this is not a part of you. This is just a habit that you have, and you can get out of this patterning. I'm a proof of this. I have eaten this way now for, like I said, 10 years. I've come to a point now where I feel like I don't identify with someone that has a problem with their eating pattern. I feel like I'm finally free. And I want you to also get to this point, and it is something that you can do in your own pace with this particular method. So I invite you to stick around, and remember, it is possible to get fit by food.